How do organisms learn? Organisms learn through associational learning. It involves classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and behavioral learning. Focusing more on classical conditioning, when you say classical conditioning, it is a form of associative learning which involves the two events are related or linked. For example, Maria enters school for the first time and gets terrified at the sight of a math stern teacher. During classes of her math subject, whenever she sees her teacher, she gets terrified and develops fear of math. In relation to classical conditioning, before conditioning, mathematics elicits no strong emotional response. The unconditioned stimulus elicits negative reaction. During conditioning, mathematics is paired repeatedly with unconditioned stimulus, and after conditioning, mathematics has become unconditioned stimulus associated with negative reaction. Features of classical conditioning. First, stimulus generalization is the tendency of a new stimulus that is similar to the original conditioned stimulus to elicit a response that is similar to the conditioned response. In other words, it is a process by which conditioned response transfer to the other stimuli that are similar to the original conditioned stimulus. We can use our previous example, like Maria enters school for the first time and gets terrified at the sight of the math stern teacher. Then she may transfer that fear or anxiety to anything about school, another math teacher, pupils, building, and others in school. The second features of classical conditioning is stimulus discrimination. It is a process of learning to respond to certain stimuli and not to respond to others. The third features of classical conditioning is extension. Is the weakening of the conditioned response in the absence of the unconditioned stimulus. Fourth features of classical conditioning is spontaneous recovery. Is the process in classical conditioning by which a conditioned response can recur after a time delay without further conditioning. In the case of Maria, even though her math teacher is giving her pleasant treatment, most of the time, she might have the tendency to fear and feel anger to him from time to time. In connection with the example previously, Maria has a fear of her math teacher because he biased her in her class. But in the succeeding days, Maria experienced pleasant treatment from her math teacher. Gradually, the anxiety or fear will be extinguished. Using our example, Maria tried to ask her teacher of her midterm grades, but her teacher refused to give. When she observed her other classmates asking the same, had given the grade. This way, Maria learned to distinguish between fairness and impartiality.